I every day I walk on that set, I have this tap 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 going on of do it right, do it right, do it right, and while I've gotten more used to that, I still shake a little bit because it's a big responsibility, and I know you've heard it over and over and over, but lives are at stake, and it's important.
He's otherizing people. He calls women pigs if they don't look like beauty pageant contestants. He blames Muslims and Mexicans for our problems. He makes fun of disabled people. This is otherizing with a capital O. It has been used in our history before to start and win wars. And he needs to be called out at every chance he gets for being one of the most dangerous monsters to ever approach our lifetimes. He's a complete dangerous monster, and any moment that I have to call Trump out for being an inheritor to Hitler, I will.
How's the food?
Hello.
I think your important artists are attracted to the freedom of expression that is, believe it or not, more liberal than movies are right now. You can have the First Amendment to the fullest on television, where you're limited at movies. And if you remember, movies attracted artists because of the freedom that they had, and now all that freedom is on television. And they want that firstly. Yeah.
Versus O.J. Simpson.
Thank you. Hi. And I think the show and the documentary as well helped to show that, like, people that felt one way, people who were squarely on the side of the defense, they can now understand why people were appalled at the verdict. People who were appalled at the verdict and on the side of the prosecution can understand why Black Americans may not have seen things exactly the same way, because there is no objective reality. We are all very subjective in terms of how we experience this world and in terms of how we experience law enforcement. And this entity that's supposed to protect and serve us, not everyone feels as if they are protected or served.
Playing a real person while they're still living is a big responsibility. She's a mother of 2 grown children now who were very young when the trial was going on and who were not really privy to a lot of it and a lot of what she was put through. So I just kept thinking, God, I hope this doesn't hurt Marsha any further. I hope the things that we're doing don't inflict any more pain.
Thank you. Becomes something that we feel really, we feel responsible, you know, in continuing to tell those stories, and it's also a joy. Like I was saying, you know, the same thing with the challenge of doing the show. There is an immense joy in getting to tell women's stories that we don't normally see.
It's about the whole campaign.
Sure.
Well,
it's a nightmare, this campaign. I'm very happy that Selena is now an ex-president of the United States. There are days where things we think of pale in comparison to that madman threatening Hillary Clinton, not once, but twice. If I wrote that, I'd get fired by HBO. I find the level of discourse in this campaign to be horrific.
For me to stand here as, you know, not the typical leading man, and to have come home with this, I think speaks a lot about where we're headed, and I think we can just keep going further in that direction. Obviously, not just limited to entertainment, but socially and politically, to continue and strive to be as progressive as possible.
And getting anything made with a specific vision and is really hard. And in TV, there's places like Netflix that are kind of trusting people with their visions and letting them make their stuff. And I don't know, diverse people are getting a chance to create their own shows, and you know, whether it's, you know, Jill Soloway making Transparent and having this very specific vision, or us, or Blackish, or anything. There's a lot of people that are getting a voice, and they're using it and trying to make stuff they're really proud of.
Hello. We're supposed to say something? What's going on? Are we answering questions? Hello, everybody.
I do have thousands of pages of fake history of everything that led up to Game of Thrones. So there's a there's a wealth of material there, and I'm still writing more. But at the moment, we still have this show to finish, and I still have 2 books to finish. So that's all speculation.